The show is the show started. It is. We are here.
Hooray!
283. Love and Chokes podcast.
Are we live, pal?
We are, as the kids say, live on the internet. We are there. And
Is that what the kids actually say, though? They probably say something like, "This is so lit," or something super whack like that.
no, everybody has their own different catchphrase, like "the people, we are the people," or "let's go, babies," or anything like that.
You know what catchphrase I heard for like the first time? You know, even though like, and then when I say heard for the first time, that's what I mean. I don't mean like the first time it was said.
Yeah.
And I was present. I mean, the first time I really heard it, I was watching Glory Kickboxing.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what he says when they're about to start the event?
Nope.
He says, "Are you ready for glory?" And it's like, yeah! Like I was fucking with him. I feel like Casey was with him too. I feel like my homeboy Casey was sitting near me. When they were like, "Are you ready for glory?" We both were like, "Yeah, man, I'm fucking, yeah." Like, it was effective. So sometimes the right catchphrase is all you need to set the motherfucker off.
This is true.
That's all you need. I know it's true. I know it's true, Anthony. This is why I say these things. Anthony, let me ask you a very, very important question.
No.
What'd it do? How dare you fucking refuse?
It's like I don't know. It's like it goes. How does it do for you?
It also continues to go. I was just blessed with being able to watch Miss I, the number 5 ranked flyweight in the world, train a session and watching her move and like just getting back to being healthy since the gallbladder surgery, and like she's like going through a lot trying to figure out what to eat and shit and what not to eat so that you don't feel shitty. So like you're moving again, and like just like when I started getting back to training, seeing my friends get back to training just makes me feel like life is getting back to normal, and I'm really looking forward to things being normal again, man. I want to be doing the things that we came out here to do, and we need healthy bodies to do that. And it's good to see that the bodies are all getting back together. It's like you're getting the band back together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like I was away as well. I've been in the lab working on new skills, working on new ways to communicate, and just trying to get overall better. You know what?
I'm back. Well, I just hear Casey. I'm back, motherfucker.
Oh, you heard him in the background. Yeah. So I'm just trying to get to that spot where I have the ability to display new skills, show new skills, learn new skills, all these things, right? And like we're all just getting back into stride. So it's a good time to be us. And soon it'll be a bad time to be somebody else. And that's what I'm looking forward to, sir. You know what else is going on that's new?
What?
I'll be frank with you. You see that number there?
It said 300 milligrams.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
That's the amount of caffeine in my drink. And just to put it in perspective for you non-caffeine drinking motherfuckers out here, for you who do not know about the power of the caffeine that I spike into my vein.
That's 5.
A Red Bull, which is too much for some of you cunts. A Red Bull. A can of Red Bull has approximately 80 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Yeah.
You think 80 milligrams is going to move the needle on a ship that is this high strung, Anthony? I'll tell you right now, cuz it wouldn't do a fucking thing. It wouldn't do one fucking thing. It wouldn't shift me left, right, or center. It wouldn't do shit. And that's kind of a lie. But it's kind of the truth.
I think that's 5 or 10 cups of coffee.
I need that fucking 300 milligram. And here's the thing, though. Let's not kayfabe this. I don't always drink the entire fucking can.
Right.
Sometimes it's one can for the whole day. Like, if I don't have that much shit to do, but I want to, like, smoke weed and watch a movie and not take a nap, I might drink a third of a can. Right? 100 milligram, smoke a couple joints, watch a movie, good to go, right? No sleepiness. But if I'm about to go, like, I don't know, help somebody train for pans, which are coming up,
Mm-hmm.
jiu-jitsu pans are coming up, that might take a whole can.
Yeah.
And then I'll get to your house and I'll open up a can. You know what I'm saying, Anthony?
I get it. I get what
I'll
you're
open
saying.
up a can on you.
Stone
Is
cold.
that phrase lost in your generation?
Stone cold.
A can of what, though?
Can of beer.
No! You son of a bitch! But you were right. It is a Stone Cold reference. It's a can of whoop ass. That's what a can is. I'll open up a can of whoop ass. Like our longtime friend Big J, friend of the podcast, friend of the movement, if you will.
Depends on what movie.
He would always just use it as like shorthand. Like if we're like, say we're watching an old Pride video.
Yeah.
This is the best because Jay's cadence and like Jay's stoicism are so epic. He'd be like, "Right here, D. He about to open up a can." That shit would always crack me up.
So silly.
He about to open up a can. Just like really quiet like that. That's what made it so good. That's what made it so funny. But yeah, speaking of the pans, before we went live, we were talking a little bit about jiu-jitsu. Last week we showed some jiu-jitsu techniques on the podcast. One of those techniques I released on Instagram. It got a little traction. And when I say a little traction, that's literally what I mean. I mean a little traction.
Enough.
I mean that normally one can expect about 10% engagement on the shit they post. It will be common to get 10% engagement on the shit you post. Do you feel me, Anthony? Do you agree?
Yes.
These are the numbers that they tell us, right? And I'm looking at engagement that's about a third. I'm looking at 3 times what I'm supposed to get. So that means that you guys gave a fuck, and that makes me feel really, really good. Probably better than it should, honestly. I probably should give less fucks than I do. But I appreciate the love and the feedback in the DM and in the comments. I appreciate that shit. For the people that want more of that kind of content, it's coming, I promise. I'm not holding back on these motherfuckers no more. You know? What did Montana 300 say? He was like, I'm done holding back on these niggas.
Exactly.
That's how I feel. I'm done holding back on these motherfuckers, bro. For real. A lot of it was just, I just didn't know what I wanted to show, and I didn't know what I wanted the vibe to be, right? The old vibe of the videos, the hello internet character and shit,
Yeah.
that didn't feel as funny as it did when I was doing it. And the humor that I had found in it brought out some authenticity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, inside the character that I was doing, because it's obviously a character. Nobody's this high energy all the time, Anthony.
But they believe it.
Right?
People believe that, though.
I know, fuck them. I don't give a fuck what they believe.
That
What I'm saying is,
that guy
that
couldn't
was
be my
obviously
professor.
a character.
He couldn't be my professor. He's too much energy. It's like, yo, bro. It's like nobody lives like that. Come on.
No one lives like that. What the
Right.
fuck is wrong with you?
Karate, rock.
But because I got into the character so easily, right, I started to be able to find authentic moments while still acting silly as fuck. And it just doesn't feel as close to me anymore. I don't feel like I can do it, and I don't like it. I don't want to do shit that feels fake or forced. And so that's what made me have to like come to that crossroads of like, I don't want to do videos. And like and when I say I don't want to do videos, I mean I didn't want to do videos about jiu-jitsu. Because yeah, I didn't know what my authentic voice was anymore. And then I just started to find it again, just by playing, just by joking around. I think singing helped a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude, I got weird out here for a while, man. Let's just keep it real. I got weird out here for a little while. I wasn't myself for a while. I was trying to figure out where I fit in with a new group of people who I really care about, and I wasn't really sure what pieces of me should carry and where they should get placed and all that shit. And it was weird. But like, something about finding your singing voice and training at the same time, I found my normal voice again. Like, here's something really weird. And then we can talk about something that has nothing to do with me personally. I literally found myself walking to the refrigerator yesterday, and I was like, I think I just started walking like myself again. I
intention.
feel like I had changed my walk on accident. That's how fucking crazy I am. And I was literally like, I was walking and I was like, what the fuck? I felt more connected to my body. I could feel the rhythm of my step and it was familiar. And I was like, oh, man, you've been away for a while. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. And it's just getting more and more like that. I think it's a combination of drinking gone away, like not drinking anymore, and fucking training harder, studying more, caring more, playing more, just doing more is making me more connected to me. And that shouldn't be a surprise, right? If you start doing more shit that you really give a fuck about, of course, you're going to start to feel more connected to who you are, right?
Yeah.
That should be natural, right? I should assume that that's the way it's going to be. But I didn't, and I didn't check in with myself for a while. And it's easy to lose oneself when you're fucking crazy. When you're nearly lost, it's very easy to get lost, you know?
Yeah.
But thank God for flashlights. One more piece of personal information, Anthony.
Sure.
Do you know what else I did this week? I got my driver's license in Nevada.
Oh.
I'm officially a local. And the driver's license in Nevada is good for 8 years.
Oh, that's nice.
8 years. So I don't have to get another license for 8 years unless I move to another state in a permanent way. And
Or just move to a different, move period.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was good, man. Like it was a good experience because I had to focus on my good nature, Anthony. There were a lot of times people tried to make me act my color, if
Why?
you will, Anthony.
Why? Why?
All right, so your boy doesn't like being in public, and that's relatively known in terms of the people that would listen to this podcast. But I used to have severe agoraphobia, which is the fear of public places or the fear of the marketplace, fear of being in public. And I've been managing that pretty well for the past several years. But in general, there's some residual I would rather not be in public shit going on with me at all times, right?
Yeah.
So I try to go into public on my very best behavior. And when things go slightly off, I get very upset very quickly. And sometimes I'll illustrate that. Like sometimes I'll demonstrate how upset I am. Most of the time in the last several years, I don't. Right? I've been able to keep that and manage that and realize that's my bullshit, right? So just because I'm going through some shit, I wouldn't make you go through some shit,
Yeah.
right? But it's still there. It's bubbling up on the surface. So if you misbehave toward me, I really want to fucking kill you. But I probably won't. I'm talking, when I say probably, I'm not saying like 70% probably will do the right thing. I'm saying 98% of the time, I'm going to do the right thing. And 90% of the time, I'm thinking about not doing the right thing. But it always works out. I always do the right thing. And every now and then I slip.
Yeah.
So I'm in the DMV, and my first interaction is lovely. I walk up to a lady, and I say, excuse me, am I in the right spot? And she says, oh, hello, what do you need? I tell her what I need. She says, yes, you are. In fact, you're next. I say, oh, that's fantastic. She guides me in, tells me where to stand. Wonderful. I go to the next person. The next person is also quite pleasant. This person takes my money and says, you must take a written test now. And so go into the line to do that. I go there. I go and I sit down and I take the test. Everything's going great. Right?
Yeah.
I've interacted with a couple people and everyone's been polite to me. In a place where everyone's angry. Like no one wants to be in the DMV. Employee, fucking, like, person in line, cop on security, no one wants to be there. There's that line that says nobody likes their job, nobody God or slave. That shit applies to the DMV no matter where the fuck you are, any state, any city in the union. Nobody wants to fucking be there. So everybody to some degree is living in a state of tension.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to fucking be there. And so I go in and I take my test. And at the conclusion of my test, when I pass my test, I go up to the desk to get the results and move on with this process. And this lady's like, well, now you have to sign up for your, and this is how she's talking to me, I swear to God. Yeah. She's like, well, now you have to sign up for your driving test. And I go, excuse me, I was told that I don't have to do a driving test as long as I present you with this piece of paper. And the lady's like, well, I don't see a license on in your hand. I was like, well, I was told that you didn't have to see the license because the fact that I had a license was already marked on this piece of paper. I wish, I know it sounds like I'm just baby facing myself. Like I was this calm
Yeah.
and she was this fucking evil Ursula bitch. Dude, that's what was happening. Like because the only way for me to get through these situations where I want to kill a lady who's like behind a desk, who's probably a very good person in another moment in her life, in another circumstance, the only way I get through it is to go like straight Claire Huxtable in my fucking body, and I go, yes, like I will do whatever you want. Here's what I think is the right thing to do. Like I start talking in that tone because it's the only thing that's gonna keep both of us out of jail. And like so I'm like, okay, like, and then she looks at the stuff and she goes, oh, yes, you're right. And then she clicks off on it and she sends me to another person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I understand the directions clearly of where to go next.
Yeah.
So I approach a person who's wearing a little tag that demonstrates that she works there. Anthony, I must be at least 7 feet away from this woman. And I say, excuse me. And she goes, first of all, I need 6 feet. And I go, wow. So I'm like, I want to kill you. Yeah. Like you have at least 7 feet. Like so I go, okay. I take a half a step back. And then she just acts like I'm a brand new person. Now she's nice. And she's like, well, how could I help you? And I go, I'm a little confused, and I'd like to know if I'm standing in the right spot. And she's like, well, let me see your piece of paper. And so I put it up close to my chest. Now that's the cuntiest thing I did.
Yeah.
I put it up close to my chest because I wanted her to do exactly what she did. I wanted her to lean in to see the piece of paper. And then I wanted to say, I need 6 feet. But I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I did hold up that piece of paper real tight, though, to see if she would lean in. And she did.
Yeah.
And then she was like, you're in the right spot. And then I said, thank you. Broke eye contact immediately and looked away. Like, because I don't want to talk to you anymore now that I know that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Right? Because this could still go left. Like, I'm still very angry with you.
I can understand that, yeah.
And so then the final lady was also mean to me at first.
Yeah.
She was like, well, what are you doing here? Was the first thing she said. And I was like, I don't know. I was told that this was the right place to be. that's why I'm here. I was like, let me give you all the pieces of paper that I have, and then you tell me what I should do next. And so she takes all my shit, and she goes, oh, no, you're in the right place. You just have to do this, and now you have to pay this, and you have to go and take your picture. You know, I've had a long day. I'm sorry. And I was like, it's okay. I had a long day, too. And then we were cool.
Yeah.
But she was the only person who was mean to me who actually stopped for a second and was like, okay, I was kind of a dick, and he was still nice. I should probably just acknowledge it. But everybody else just fucking baby-faced themselves, you know? That she was the nice one. But yeah, I am now a legal driver in the state of Nevada. I can be legal. Which means it's now time to look for like a $50 car to drive into the ground in the desert.
There you go.
Yeah. So, let's talk some jiu-jitsu, Anthony.
Oh.
The Panzer this weekend.
Yes.
Last weekend, the Dad and Her Death Squad was on a show that Flow Grappling put on. Nicky Ryan heel hooked Tony Ramos, who's a
broke his leg.
High-level wrestler. He broken?
Yeah, no, he broke his leg. I'm pretty sure he broke his leg.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, like, it's broken.
Okay. And then, and Gordon heel hooked Mateus Denise as well. And when I was like preparing to watch that match, I was just watching back some of Gordon's matches from Abu Dhabi 2019, right? And the match that made me really realize that one of the most important things is understanding rule set was Gordon's match against Lucas Hulk Barbosa. And going into like the final few minutes of that match, it's 0-0. And everything's on the line. This is the World Championships of no-gi grappling. If somebody scores now, they might be able to call themselves world champion, and you definitely won't. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's not just for money. Like, if you do a fucking, like, who's number one event, or you do a fucking, like, fight to win, or you do a fucking Polaris, even if it's for a belt, it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, tell me who's the 145-pound champion of Polaris right now. Don't worry, I'll wait.
I have no idea.
Of course you have no fucking idea, because no one fucking cares. Because it doesn't fucking matter. But Abu Dhabi matters, man. That shit matters. And, like, it's 0-0. We're coming up on short time. 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left, and we're still scrapping for points. Well, then how points are defined is greatly important. To score 2 points for a takedown in Abu Dhabi might be the hardest rule set of all grappling sports to score 2 points under. It may be the absolute hardest. Now, it's my understanding, and I would like you, while I'm talking this through, if you could look up the takedown points for Abu Dhabi.
Impossible.
What do you mean?
Every time I go to that site and specifically go to the Abu Dhabi rule set for on the ADC site, it says the.
Don't go to their site. Go to somebody talking about it. Just Google it and see what pops up. But I believe that you've got to drop that person, take them down, and put their shoulders on the mat. If their shoulders are on the mat, it is not 2. And you got to hold them there for 3 fucking seconds. Or it's not 2. So I can get right back up. And I think what it's doing is it's trying to account for people that, like, you shoot and I pull guard. In some rule sets, right away, that's going to be 2. In some rule sets, if your butt's on the ground from that guard pull, and we met at the same time, they could award me 2 at the end of 3 seconds. But they want to be like, no, if I sat and you didn't put me down there or put my shoulders down so you're truly holding me down, then it's not points. And you can see Gordon exploiting this. You can see mat returns happening and Gordon going to his knees and not panicking. Immediately knee sliding up, like looking for grips, looking for reversals and submissions, looking for a flying Kimura. And he could do that because he understood that he hadn't been in danger of being scored upon. He was just being controlled, which is not the same thing. And he didn't have to rush things because he understood the rule set. I just thought that was really fucking interesting. It was really fucking interesting to watch that. And in any combat environment, understanding of the rule set is of paramount importance. But, like, I couldn't tell you, what if I had, like, 4 or 5 fight to win matches? I do know that we're supposed to try to finish these motherfuckers. I know that there's no fucking points, but if you were to ask me what the judging criteria was, which is what rules really are, if you were to ask me what the rules of fight to win are, I would have no fucking clue. I don't really know. I know I'm allowed to slam you. I know all submissions are legal. And in my mentality, when I was competing in that was all I needed to know. I was like, well, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But that also is the mentality of a guy that didn't care if he won or lost in that moment. I was just trying to compete and, like, do well for myself and entertain people. I didn't really give a fuck about the hand getting raised or not in the fight to win events when I was doing them. Except for the last one. The last one I gave a fuck about winning just because I didn't want to, like, fuck up our momentum. Like, we were about to do a match against, or a fight against Valentina.
Yeah. And
so I didn't want to lose and then go and, like, have to corner my girl Jess like that. And that'd be super whack. Yeah. So I wanted to win that one 100%. But in general, I didn't really give a fuck if I want to fight to win. That's why that one was so boring. Because my ribs were injured and I didn't want to take any risks.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to win and I'm hurt. So we're not going to do very much in this match, bitch. Like, unless you can be dynamic and I can stop you from being dynamic. That's why I shut that dude down so tight, right?
Yeah.
But it certainly wasn't because I understood the rules, Anthony. Because I didn't. But people that understand the rules have a great advantage. And I think you can see that in the way that Gordon walks through these guys. It's like he really understands the rules. And I don't think they do.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
No, I mean, like I said, that probably makes the most sense because if I go back to it, I do recall Lucas Barboza like throwing him around like a bunch of times, but
Yeah.
yeah,
At the end of that match, he does so many mat returns, and they yield him 0 points.
yeah,
They get him fuck all nothing. And then he gets his back taken, 3-0, peace out. It was a great match, and it was watchable. For a match that was 0-0 for so long, it's not like it was a boring match.
no, all those matches were pretty exciting.
Yeah, it wasn't boring. And then I just started rewatching Gordon's match against fucking Buchecha.
Mm.
And when he hit that fucking shoulder crunch Sumagaeshi to the mount,
Yeah,
the way that the crowd popped for that shit, bro.
I mean,
Like,
you were there, dude, so you know. The crowd went wild.
I know, but here's the thing, like, I was looking at something that he posted today, that Gordon posted today, just kind of talking shit. And I was like, man, do people really appreciate what this guy's doing for the sport right now? I mean, I guess somebody does.
Yeah.
People do.
Kids.
But do you think the overall culture... Dude, did you see the video of this little girl? Like, she's playing one of those phone games where you, like, there's a picture on your phone, and you've got to describe it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I have to say what's on my phone, but I can't look at it.
Yeah.
So this little girl's playing that game, and it's like her mom and her dad are fucking trying to get her to do the clues, right?
Yeah.
Or giving her the clues. And it's a picture of a goat on her
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
And her mom's like, it's a farm animal. And then she's like, cow.
Yeah.
And then her dad goes, what's Gordon? And she goes, a king. But when she said it, like, it was like the world stopped for a second. She goes, a king.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, yeah, but what else is he? But she never got it. She
Right.
didn't get goat. I just thought it was so funny that, like, he tried to use a Gordon Ryan joke,
And it,
Right?
Yeah.
but, like, it wasn't a joke, and she got it, and
Yeah.
she gave it reverence.
Yeah.
She was like,
a
oh,
king.
he's the fucking king, Dad. Like, that's who Gordon is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, she must have been 8.
I mean, yeah. I mean, last year.
At what point did 8-year-old girls have jujitsu people as heroes?
Last year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is new.
Yeah.
He brought that to the game. You know who really looked up to jujitsu guys? Losers in their mid-20s
Yeah.
who do jujitsu.
Yeah.
Not little girls, not children who are gonna grow up with these people as idols who are training now.
Yeah.
If you asked a little kid why are they at jujitsu, it would be because mom and dad told me to. Not because I want to be Gordon Ryan.
I mean.
Not because I want to be Ronda Rousey. Not because I want to be Mackenzie Dern. They would not have those answers until just recently.
Yeah.
But Gordon is the guy that's really pushing it forward.
Yeah.
Gordon's the guy that's making it relevant in their world. Because their world is right here. Their world is a fucking cell phone.
Yeah. It's.
And nobody else is relevant in their world. Who the fuck is Hoyler Gracie on their phone? And, like, that's no disrespect. I'm just naming him because he's a true legend who's done shit.
Yeah.
But who is he to a 15-year-old who's training every day?
Some guy that comes in and does the seminar. He says hi.
Who is Leo Vieira?
It's the same thing. They're all people.
Fuck.
They're all people who do seminars.
I don't approve that. Like, I want those people to matter to that same demographic.
No, it's impossible.
But those people aren't doing the things to make themselves matter. They're not pushing the sport forward. In fact, you could argue that some of those people want to hold the sport back because that's when they had control over it, and that's what they know what to do with. Like, go into a seminar and ask, hey, what's your favorite counter for the worm guard? Go into a seminar and be like, hey, what's your escape for double trouble? I think there's a good chance that the person in front of you is gonna fucking disappoint you. And don't bother asking me, because I'm gonna do the same shit. I'm gonna disappoint you too.
At least should be honest about it.
Yes.
Yeah, they should be honest. They'll probably tell you that.
Oh, well, you don't need this if you just stay basic.
Yeah, yeah, like that don't work on me.
Fuck out of here. I'm just saying. Props to the guys that are putting. I'll bend the knee for this cat. Henry ain't getting to do shit. Mr. Cejudo, Triple C, when you see me again, dog, I'll be standing the whole time. I ain't bending the knee for nothing. But for Gordon, I have no choice. I mean, he's giving me no choice.
Yeah.
He's doing it the right way, in my opinion. He's demonstrating how to fucking earn money in the game. He's literally teaching fools at the same time telling fools.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like
That's literally what's happening.
Yeah,
he's like, okay. You know what he said that was so funny to me today? I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Sure.
This is what he said that made me pop today. He was like, look, you guys can like come get this work basically, and then you can take all the money you get from fighting me and go spend it on drugs and chilling on the beach for a whole week while I get even better than I am right now.
Yeah.
And that's real shit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what would happen. It's exactly what would happen. He also called them Brazilian shitbags, but I don't need to do that.
No, that's
that could be perceived as racist.
That's definitely hateful speech.
It's not though. You're just naming two different qualities in a row.
It's a Brazilian.
You are both Brazilian and a bag of shit. That doesn't mean that Brazilians are bags of shit.
No, he's just saying everybody he faces that are Brazilian is a bag of poop.
Maybe they are.
Or majority of them, I should say.
I don't know.
I don't think he would say it to Buchecha. He has high respect for Buchecha.
Yeah. He seems to have a high respect for Mateus Dennis or Denise. Because that dude's trying to scrap.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other dudes are not trying to scrap. They don't want the smoke, if you would say it like that. That's what the kids say.
No, he was even then he was just like, yeah, like this kind of exactly what happened the way I saw it. Like, I kind of just did my thing on him. I mean, nothing really surprised me. I will say this. He did explode a lot more than I expected him to. That's what he said, and I was like, yikes. So I couldn't believe the amount of power or, energy that he had to keep moving like that when I was on mount with him. Good for him for that. But, yeah, it kind of happened the way it was supposed to happen. I was like, oh. You know who they should not have doing those interviews?
Who?
Ben Askren. Ben Askren needs to fuck off.
What are you so mad about Ben for?
Ben's asking dumb questions. Like, yeah, I'm from the wrestling. But no one cares, dude. This ain't for anybody else right now. Go fuck off. Nobody cares. I'm sorry, just because we have one wrestler in the car that you have to be here and ask these people questions. Like, I don't really understand the jiu-jitsu format. So, like, blah, 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 blah. I get it. It's great and all. But it's like, dude, like, get out of here. They scram. Go sell your school.
Scram.
Go sell your DVDs, kid. That's what I'm saying.
Look at you.
But I will say this: it was like going back to the ADCC like last year, or was it 2019? Yeah, 2019.
Yes.
It was like kids were shouting, they were screaming, they were literally cheering on Gordon Ryan. Like you didn't hear them cheering on anybody else.
No one gave a fuck about anyone else.
And literally, that might have been the most exciting sporting event I've ever been to ever. Like, I haven't been to a Super Bowl, but I've been to football games, and I've been to basketball games, and I've been to baseball games. And literally, like, I don't do this. This is something my mother does. Like, I literally grabbed you because, like, we saw one submission happen right there. And I grabbed you, and I was like, look! And I pointed it over. We pointed to the other corner of the mat, and then literally you see Gordon Ryan heel hooking not Gordon Ryan, Gary Tonin, like, going for the scissor takedown.
Yeah. He had that flying heel hook on Edwin or Najimy or whatever the fuck his name is. It was sick. Yeah, dude. All right, look.
Yeah, so it was
I'm going back.
Yeah, of course. It's gonna be. Well, you don't have to go anywhere. You just have to step outside. It's like I'm going.
What
back.
do you mean?
It's gonna be in Vegas. Like they already talked about. They talked about this a while ago. They're just gonna be in Vegas. It's like.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you don't have to go anywhere.
They brought the party to me.
Yeah, you don't have to go anywhere.
I don't have to go anywhere. You're right.
Yeah.
Which is better for all parties.
Yeah.
And you know what's even crazier? It's almost time for it again.
Yeah, you just have like they trials start like next month, I think.
Like I can't believe it's that quick. Like first of all, time goes by quick.
Yeah.
Because when I was looking and it said 2019, I almost thought I was looking at the wrong videos.
Yeah. She's like, what?
I was like, oh man, that seems like it was so long ago.
I was like, no.
And then I'm like, wait a second, dog, that was the last one. I was just there.
You're just there.
And so now they're gonna come to Vegas
Yeah.
and bring the party again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I plan on being there as a fan.
I'm gonna show up too, just for the fact that it stays in America. Like it doesn't have to go anywhere else again. Like if people keep showing up,
America, fuck yeah.
if people keep showing up in forces, they're not gonna let whoever that guy is. I think Muhammad, whatever his name is. He'll keep
Mo Jazim or whatever.
Yeah, Mo Jazim. If you keep giving that dude money, they'll be like, oh well, we gotta let this guy keep bidding on this thing and keep getting them.
Dude, I mean, look, we have to put some shit together for Abu Dhabi.
Yes.
Like I'm talking. I don't know. I
Oh,
want to
no.
get weird with a beard.
If
If it's gonna be in Vegas, I live here. If
know.
we're gonna, dude, all right, we have so much to discuss.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Like, there's already a plan in the works. Like, Dan Van wants to come. Like, Thigh Matt wants to come. They want to come up and be there. And I was just like,
Dude,
I was like, yeah, dude, you should
it'll
come.
be
up.
so
You
fun,
should come up.
and we could do it so many different ways.
Oh yeah.
Like, if it's in Vegas, I don't think we should go until the final. Basically, exactly what we did in Anaheim.
That's not gonna happen. Then then we can't have Matt and Dan then with us.
No, they can fucking go wherever they want. I don't give a fuck. What I'm saying is, you're not gonna convince me to stay in the stands and shit for 8 hours a day for 3 days. But like that one day, I'm there all fucking day.
Yeah, because the finals.
That was the best. That was so fun, dude.
It was amazing. Fun. Plus, yeah, you don't get that fatigue either. You don't get the fatigue.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't want to be tired on the fucking coolest day.
Yeah.
Like, no, I can watch it from home off and on.
Yeah.
And then like kick it and do whatever, train myself, do fun shit.
Yeah.
And then that day of finals, that's all I'm doing.
Honestly.
All I'm doing.
Honestly, what we should do is when that goes on is what we should do is like we should figure out a way to get 3 TVs, one for outside. One we already have one for the living room and one for like the garage, and so that way, no matter what you're doing, if you're training, if you just want to relax by the pool,
you can catch it. And then like we can also set up interviews.
Yeah,
because so many people will be around.
Yeah, like there's so many people.
We can get tons of content. We can get content to last us the rest of the year if we were careful.
So many people will show up. Honestly,
especially if we just do the interviews as like evergreen. We just talk about jiu-jitsu and not talk about like, what do you think about this match?
Yeah, I mean honestly, you could just clip those parts out.
Yeah, I'll clip your smell too.
How dare you?
You son of a bitch. No, that's seriously, dude. That just made my whole life better.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like I'm waiting for them to be like, the tickets are on sale now. I'm waiting for that day, and I'm just like, I'm buying them.
Yeah, yeah. We could buy extra tickets. Do you think it'll sell out?
No, I don't think it'll sell out.
I think it might.
Well, I guess
because it was so good last time. It was so good. And, like, that was people taking a risk. People didn't know how good it was going to be as an event. Like, they didn't know how awesome it was going to be. Now they know it's going to be awesome. They've told all their friends it's awesome. Vegas is super easy to fly to.
Yes. But you got germaphobes and goraphobes. Those people will not leave their house now.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, like, it might even be, it might, like, hopefully by this time, by basically, like, 2 months ago next year, that it'll be, like, at least, like, normal. Be normal. Hopefully normal. And even still, you'll still have people being very precautious about this. So you'll probably, and like a lot of jiu-jitsu people don't even like getting like ringworms.
But even, all right, so let's say they do 1/3 capacity.
That'll sell out.
Right?
That'll sell out.
That'll sell out.
That'll sell out super
At
quick.
normal seating. I don't think we're going to see normal seating for years.
Yeah.
I'm over hoping for it.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, dude. Shit's not normal anymore. Shit's weird now.
Yeah.
Respect. Welcome to the new world. It's weird here.
Let's see.
And I don't anticipate anything going over 1/3 capacity. And then I think new things that are going to be built will be built for social distancing. So
Yeah.
there'll be groups of seats. That's like if you came with a person, you can sit with them. Right? So they'll have like pairs and trios of seats and then large gaps.
Yeah.
And that's how, like, there'll be facilities that are fucking built like that from now on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and you won't have to consider it 1/3 capacity. It'll just be what it is. It'll be the new normal.
We'll actually be treated like people again instead of like cattle. It'll be amazing. It'll be better for everyone.
I don't know. That's wishful thinking, possibly.
So,
Anthony, do you have any? Yes.
So I was going to say, speaking to that point, is that there is an article out there about how the Texas Department is starting to let people go do live spectators up to 50% starting the beginning of next year.
Isn't there an event that's planned for Texas that's relevant? Like, fuck. It's either, I mean, I only listen to a few options, so it's got to either be boxing, pro wrestling, or MMA. but something's scheduled to be in Texas. I just heard about it. I just fucking heard about it. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me, man. Texas is one of the freest states. So there's only so long you can hold the Texans down. You're gonna be like, look, we might have to make some modifications, but we're having shit.
I don't see anything, but I'll look later.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, people are starting to have spectators. Florida has spectators.
Yes, Florida is going to have spectators. Oh man, this is so
Other states will follow suit. I mean, I'm still surprised that shows aren't open in Vegas yet. I'm surprised. Like, even if they were doing like half capacity, third capacity, I can't imagine that like all those people that are doing shows are just sitting in apartments, not dancing, singing, and doing their shit.
Speaking of that, that's funny that
What?
you bring that up. That was a piece of news that I read that made me very upset.
Give
That
it to me.
that people are like the New York Times or whoever, LA Times, are praising these women for basically doing like, what is it called? I guess light porn, essentially. How out of work strippers made their shows virtual and are taking the power back. Oh, you mean making like cam girl shows and OnlyFans shows? Like that's not that special to me. Like like it's just like it's a big deal for them. They're like, we made this thing and now we're able to like control our destiny. It's like, yeah, like that's been going on for like forever. Like you need to, like is this really newsworthy? This is so
It's like,
stupid.
You know these girls are late to the party, right?
Yeah, I'm like, you guys, like why do we care about this? Like I control my life and I can do whatever and be. It's like you could always do that. Like that never. Yeah, like you'd always just do that.
It could be something as simple as the writer of that article shared a social distanced yoga class with a girl who does that, and they had a conversation, and she decided to write an article, or he decided to write an article. It can literally be that simple, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that it's like the most groundbreaking shit. Of course, like people that work in those kind of industries, like, and let's just call it sex work, and let's just link it all together,
Yeah.
just because it makes it easier, right?
Yeah.
Have to find a way to earn in this climate. Rent's still due. And if you were stripping and you were doing lap dances to earn your fucking check, and you can't do that right now, rent is still due.
Yeah.
Right? So now you can either get a shoot job, and by shoot I mean like a regular job. Or you can figure out a way to continue to use your body, your sexuality, your ability to move your body and communicate to earn fucking money. And if you can't touch somebody, then maybe you can reach out to them through this, or you can reach out to them through a platform like this, and all of a sudden you can pay your fucking rents again. And I think it'll be in your best interest to find a way to use technology to do that as efficiently and quickly as possible. And I hope that everyone that makes that choice, I hope it's a lucrative decision for you. I hope it works out great.
Yeah.
Fucking MMA fighting just today being Wednesday, October 7th, posted something about MMA fighters using OnlyFans to earn. And it's like, well, yeah, dude. Like, we're in an Instagram culture where people will look at pictures obsessively all day.
Yeah.
They will happily pay a small fee to look at pictures of certain people they choose, right? Like, and in a time where it's more difficult to earn money than it normally would be as an MMA fighter or any other athlete who participates in a spectator sport, where a lot of shit has been shut down for quite some time and is just now reopening, they need other ways to create revenue for themselves, because just like those dancing girls, rent is fucking due.
Yeah.
And so it's like, all right, you haven't been able to book a fight, or you don't fucking feel comfortable booking a fight. You don't feel that you can get the proper training until you have a better established way of doing things, and that has been disrupted by the pandemic for whatever fucking reason. What you are used to earning isn't what you're earning. As long as you can find a way to earn a new stream of revenue without compromising anything that you would normally feel or do, or you feel like it's within what you would normally do, you should probably do that.
Yeah. I will say this though. If you use OnlyFans and you're not showing news, I don't have any respect for you. Like, what are you doing?
dare you?
Like, what are you doing? Like, go find.
It's an option.
It is an option, but it's like, hey, I have to pay $5 to figure out if you're doing nudes or not.
Not to figure out.
Yeah, I
You
do.
should already know. All right, so then I think
Because what's her face? That's that whole issue that happened with OnlyFans like a month ago with Bella. No, what is it? Her name is.
Yes.
Yes.
Bella Thorne.
Yeah.
Yeah, she fucked it up. But what I'm saying is, if you say, hey, I'll be showing this many nudes, come fuck with me. I'll be showing 0 nudes. Come fuck with me. As long as people know what to expect, I don't think it's bad. But if you imply that there's going to be some nudes, and then you do the bait and switch, and now there's no nudes, I think that would be whack. Right? Because you're misleading people that have already paid you.
Yeah.
But as long as you're not misleading anybody, I don't think you can do anything on OnlyFans that's not cool. Like, you can do whatever you want.
I mean, you can do whatever you want.
I could put out an OnlyFans that was only jujitsu content right now.
I get that, and I'd be like,
and not feel the least bit weird about it.
I'd be
but
like,
if I was
shame on
like,
you.
hey, this is my OnlyFans, and it's gonna have my fucking giant cock on it, and then all I showed was like me doing jujitsu, well then what the fuck are we doing? And then I'm like, well, my giant cock is on there, but it's in my pants. Ha ha ha! Thanks for the money. Like, like that would be super whack.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but still, I'm like,
It's just execution.
I think it's still gross. Don't do it. just keep the platform pure. Don't muddy it up. With your, no,
Anthony,
don't muddy it up.
I appreciate you so much.
Oh, I'll give you some real news. Hold on.
Give me one more.
Security flaw left smart chastity sex toy users at risk of permanent lock-in.
What?
Yes. So, in the world of sex toys and technology, the 2 worst things that could ever happen is that you know those like like remote controlled vibrators like through your phone.
Yes, I do know that.
Yes. And so there is a thing called, what is it called? I don't know what it's called, but it's basically a chastity device, a cellmate. That's what it's called, a cellmate.
Wait, go slow.
Cellmate. So a chastity
device.
Basically, for if you're a guy or girl, but I think these are for guys, is where you put your junk in there, and then you are not able to take said mechanism off. It stops you from having erections, but you can still pee out of it because it has like a little urethra hole. So there's that. But so there was like a security flaw in there where that like anybody who was smart enough to figure out like their API, they basically could make a call, say, hey, this user blah blah blah, I now change the password, or I now control the chassis device.
And now you could keep it on for them forever?
Forever. Like they have to get
it would have to be cut off?
Bolt cutters, yeah. They have to get like some...
Jesus Christ. People are fucked up.
And so like they've been talking to this company for months saying like, hey, you guys should fix this. And they're like, yeah, we'll fix it eventually. Yeah, it's going to happen soon. And then users started reporting about how like, randomly they just got there. Like one was just locked in forever. One guy was like locked in for like 20 days, and then like he finally got it off, and he's like a scar on his hip bone.
And imagine the embarrassment where you're like, what do I do? Like, who do I tell that I'm having this problem? Like, do I tell the police? Do I tell my doctor? Like, who do I tell?
You go to the hospital.
Because you're gonna out yourself as at least a fetishist, which is one thing that some people don't ever want to do. And then you have to make sure that like you tell the right person that can actually help you. Oh, that's a rough one. If you're fucking around with chastity belts, I'm gonna say keep the technology to a minimum. Make it a simple lock and key system and know where your shit is. You only get one set of genitals. Don't fuck with them. Anthony?
Yes.
To say that I have to go right now is an understatement.
Okay. Understandable.
Internet, I appreciate you sticking with us through this episode. It was a fun one. It was rambly. I was all over the place today. But I'm happy with it. And I'm happy with each and every one of you. Anthony,
yes.
This is goodbye for real. I'll get to you later on text. I have something to talk to you about. It's going to be funny. But this is goodbye for real. Internet, I bid you adieu. Goodbye, Internet.